Well, I'm back online. I had one day of rain, severe tornado, blah, blah, blah. The sirens went off. Next day was pretty peaceful, no rain. And then we had a couple of days of rain. And now my pond is about ready to overflow. I'll have to look at the shtick, but I think it went up about a foot in 2 days, just the pond. Of course, everything drains into the pond. We're supposed to get 4 inches of storm, and it's not over yet. It's supposed to go till Wednesday. Which makes me think it might be pretty easy to fill this low area over here. So we're going to go around a walk here. We're going to go on a walkabout. And I'm going to show you the back half of this lower end property. My trail is still here, but looks like the wind and the rain have done some damage to the trees. I still have some piles to clear up, but they're all small enough to do by hand. So here we are, past the pond. We're on the downhill side of the dam is right there. The fence is right there. Little road and gate is a piece that was taken off of this property. It's not really usable. I mean, there's a ponding area there, a big ditch down there. I would leave it just as it is if I owned it, but I would use that driveway. I said in an earlier video, like my trail over here. Like I said in an earlier video, I would use that gate and come in here along the row of oaks, which lead right to the back of the shop. And that one tree next to the shop's coming out, remember? So that's a future plan. I got to get back to work and make some money so I can put an offer on this piece of property here. I'm going to give him easement where the easement is for the power, which only makes sense to me. If that's all he wants it for is easement. Oh, look at the buck running through there. He's a good size one. Got him a doe he's chasing around. There's been a lot of that lately. Bucks chasing does and does are not giving in. I've had as many as a dozen does and fawns in my yard. Eating corn and acorns and... Oh, look at, here they are. This is part of the group here. They were all down in that ravine sleeping. I'm sure I disturbed them. Sorry, kids. Sorry, girls. Yeah, you know, it's just me. So you're looking at me right there. They're watching me. Look what you're doing down here, buddy. I know, I see you, Prancer. So, yeah, this pink stake here is the northwest corner. Doesn't look like we had a heck of a lot of flow through here, but this is a very low. In fact, there's a pipe that goes under. And that all heads to the lake, which is not too far downhill from here. It's about 1,800 feet. 1,600 feet, something like that. Anyway, there's a lot of rills going through here where the water must come through, or must have come through at one time, but I don't see where it's coming through right now. Everything's headed downhill, but no real flow lines like there are on my property. And up here by the easement, it was all kicked into the easement to go down to that pond. My trail goes that way, but it's clear enough. We'll walk the fence line here. That's the back side of my property, the west side. Still haven't done much back here as far as picking up fall and cleaning up trash. I got most of the trash out here and beer cans and shit. I don't know who's been back here messing around, old hunters, I guess. I don't know. Not a couple of deer stands down. You know, a piece of plywood on a shelf hanging up in the tree. There's a lot of thicket in there, or what do they call that stuff? Got thorns on it, grows like crazy. I'm either gonna have to poison it, burn it out, I don't know what, but I want to get rid of it. There's a nice little area right in here. I thought about putting in little mini cabins and renting them out. Wouldn't be hard because electricity's right there. Water's at the street. And I know all those expenses. The septic system that I had would cover about 10 mini cabins. And I could rent them out. I'm sure they would go quick, especially if I kept them low enough in price. There's not too much rental around here that's cheap. This is a destination place. Like I've been saying, the neighbors around here all have high dollar properties, except for the older folks that have been here a while. So here we are coming into the easement. There's one of those deer stands that was up in this tree here. Now this easement goes up there. There's a transformer up there and there's a little cabin up there. Charlie used it one time, or maybe he still does, I don't know. But you can see here where the fence goes, and it continues to go up straight up into those rocks and stuff. There goes another deer. They're like rabbits around here, I swear, they're everywhere. And I usually don't disturb them during the day. That's why we haven't been up here before. But rainy day schedule. So yeah, the cross fence goes right there. That cross fence goes up. It doesn't go straight because it winds up over there where my trash heap is. There, which I got to get rid of as soon as it stops raining. Pile of metal, pile of cardboard. They take it all for free at the dump, so that's good. Maybe I got enough metal to actually take to the recycle place. This old Volkswagen and pontoons and stuff. It's not really buildable, but that's my favorite part of this land right here is that. And if I thin that out, clean out some of the leaves, you'll see why, because it's just all rock on the surface. Like over there, only flatter. I mean, the deer like spending a lot of time up there too. For some reason, tripping over roots and branches. Look, there's a cedar tree that's actually growing from top to bottom. It's rare. I got a ton of them. But as you can see, they grow at the top, not at the bottom. They're too thick. Not enough sunlight gets to the bottom of the tree. And there's, like I said, a lot of dead stuff needs to be burned out of here yet. But I'm going to just do that a little bit at a time. Now that the building is up, I've moved inside. Got all the waiting except for the gas. The city's supposed to come hook up my gas meter. There's where my trail comes out right there and goes back. There's a couple nice little flat spots you can put a picnic table, or you can even see the corner way back in there. Corner flag. And it's 3 or 4 feet outside the fence. Should I move the fence or just leave it? Not worried about it. I could afford to lose a couple of feet here. Yeah, this portion up to the cross fence here, I'd like to mow down all the trees. Well, I thought I'd mow down all the trees and just make a pasture, but it's a bed of rock, like what I'm walking over right now. In my experience so far, I can skim all that rock off the top, like right here. This is all rock that I skimmed off the top of this road up there to just kind of, get up to the dirt. Then there's a foot of good forest soil. And then you hit the other rock that doesn't really want to move, and the bigger rocks. So here's the back side of the building. The middle I still got to pick up. The pond down there full. Front door. The driveway. It's actually the side door, back door. That's a tree I got to take out because I want to bring all this road down more. And I can throw it out there and fill all in back there, you know, and just make a nice gradual road out. I got a couple feet of fill I could throw back there. But that's moving a lot of dirt, and an excavator isn't going to do it. So these trees I took out, I don't know if I showed that in the last video, but they were right there and right there. So I couldn't get in the, I couldn't just drive straight into the shop. And they were pretty close to the building, which is why I want to get that one. You see, it's kind of leaning a little bit. It'd probably be there another 100 years, but all the acorns and stuff fall off that tree and make a lot of noise on top of that metal building. And then, well, let's see, we'll take a roundabout way of getting there. We'll go up the road here. I don't know if I've showed you this before. This is what I call the, well, it's actually the front road into the shop. Forest road into the shop. If you want to get into the shop, you got to come this way. Giving a little view here. Pile of rocks. See, those are rocks I skimmed off the top in those areas down below them because I needed to be able to walk. And we're getting close to the property line on the south side. See this little hill right here? Besides all the little rocks, you see them big ones in there? I'll make it more evident what's going on when I get around the corner here. So, yeah, the road comes here. It got a big radius cut out here. I was going to have a burn pile here, but all the leaves came, the wind came, and I decided, I still got a few, like that tree's got to come down, those got to come down. That cedar's got to come down. It needs to be thinned out a lot more. I still got some I took down real quick that I have to take down and burn. The property line is right here. I'm standing on it. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm standing on it. There, that orange rock right there. Okay, you see that orange rock right there? And look at the deer I disturbed. Okay, those two trees with the marks on them. Property line goes right through the middle of them. And if you look through there, which I'm not going to blow this up to see, but maybe you can see it from the other side. That's the property stake back there, the southwest corner. Looking this way, there's an orange stake down there. Let's see if we can find it. Where's that log? Oh, there we go. So that orange stake just keep going down to the street. That log is a straight line. Where I'm standing, right between those two trees, straight that way, south side. And personally, I'm beginning to think this forest looks a whole lot better thinned out and cleaned up. But it takes time. There's a lot of it here. We're gonna walk down this way. Let me show you. Let's see, I had some surprises down here. Over here in the rock, there are some walnut trees down in here. I started to clear out that way and got lost on the property line, so I stopped. This is mostly knocking out little trees. I know I'm on the property now, but before I didn't. What I mean about these rocks, this whole area is just, I don't know if it was during the Dust Bowl days or what, but all the topsoil's gone. I love how these trees grow out of the ground. Hackberry. Lots of roots on the hackberry. We're coming up here because this is the next building site. And depending upon how comfortable I get in the shop and how much shop I decide I finally need, I might just build another shop and leave that one the way it is. I'm not looking up and showing you a bunch of stuff. But see all this rock in here? So I would have to come in here with a concrete saw and cut for footings, or jackhammer or breaker or something, or just build right on top of it. Like right there is a pretty good flat spot And where I'm standing, this giant, thick cedar right here. Still alive, but to me, the bottoms of them just look ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. That one's completely dead. I do believe that is a walnut tree leaning right there. And there's some pretty good sized trees that have fallen over and died right here in this rock. Charlie told me it was from the tornado of 1930. Nobody's been up here cleaned anything up in this area because they left it for the deer. And the deer love to come up here and lay down. But as you can see, rock in every direction you look. And this is part of that flat spot I was talking about here. Now I'm actually squishing my feet. The topsoil blew off at one point, and it's getting regenerated between the rocks right now. There's some darn nice soil in here. See, another cedar needs to come out. There's a big one there. A couple of them there. If I took all these trees out and, you know, put some cornerstone down and build a log cabin up on top of them, it'd be pretty nice, I think. Or if I could get through it as easily as the septic guys did, then I would build a walkway up this way, or stairs. I'll use some of these for stairs. See, I was planning on driving the excavator up through this. Knock that one, that one, that one, that one, and all the little ones down at the bottom, all these little ones here that are falling over and what have you. All the cedars going bye-bye. And make it so I could drive up here and park. There's a flat spot right there I could turn into a park. Right there I could make a road come up from here right in front of the house, or you can go down to the shop, or you can keep on going to the animal area. I got lots of roads. Remember, that's part of my business, building roads. This flat rock would just be so nice to walk on or make stairs out of with the cabin up here. Even a small cabin, you know, restroom, kitchen, bedroom, living room. What else do you need? This is the farthest from all utilities though. So this might be a rustic spot to just come and sleep at night. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. And I do believe this is a pile of walnuts right here. Bugs have gotten to them. Squirrels have gotten to them. There's a pile of them right there. They're laying all over the place. If these are walnuts, I don't know. There's some other weird stuff growing around here I haven't identified yet, but let's see. Yep, that's a walnut. Black walnut. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not going to get that black stuff all on me because it don't come out. Yeah, a foil balloon from Disneyland. Used to find those in the desert all the time. Yeah, so that's it. Gentle sloping all the way down. Look at the size of that tree back in there. That's a walnut tree too. Goes all over the place. Some cedars, these big cedars. I'd like to get some money from these cedars, but I don't know. I haven't checked with anybody yet. So that's it. I'm almost out of the trailer. I still have, that reminds me, I built a closet, or I should say a rack for hanging clothes, where the closet's gonna goes. And I'm anxious to get all my clothes out of that trailer. Utility sink. And there's a rollaway toolbox full of tools in there spread all over the place because that's what fell over. Then I can start using that trailer to move out of storage. Which I'm not really in any hurry because it's going to take at least a week for all this to dry up enough for me to back that trailer up to that door. And I pressure tested all my gas lines before the city gets here, so I passed my pressure tests. And, you know, I just need to make walkways that won't get muddy and I don't have to step over softballs and jagged tennis balls and little golf balls that make you slip and fall on your behind. I still want to put a porch on here. Got me a barn light up above my door, which attracts bugs like crazy. But I'm going to put a temporary 12-foot porch from the door this way. The roof of it will be over that light and come down at a smaller grade than the building has. Kind of give it that farmhouse look. I want to go wraparound porch all the way around it someday, but that's someday. I have other priorities right now. But that's the update. The truck is empty, ready to move stuff. I put my car cover frame up to make sure it was all there. And I have the tarps for that. I just haven't decided where to put it yet. If I move the trailer, I can move this storage building. I think I'm going to move it around back. Somewhere. And yeah, that's it. That's it for now. Waiting on gas. Once gas is in, I got all my utilities. And by the way, this is being presented to you by Bolt. Bolt is my internet company, and yes, I'm on the internet now. So I can go right in that door and plug into a computer that's getting 1 gig of service. The fiber optic glass goes right to the modem, which is just inside the door. So we'll see y'all later. That's it. It's a long one, but you're caught up.